So, welcome to another daily dose of swipe. Yesterday we missed an upload because I just did not, there was no electricity at all. Welcome to living in a third world country. That's what it usually happens. And it was annoying, yes, and I could not upload, but we're going to do it. So, this is what you should generally be doing. If you miss a day or two on whatever you're doing, just shut the brain up, right? And just get at it. Just fuck everything else. Your brain might, oh, we missed yesterday and let's miss it all. So we failed once, so let's fail it all. That's a very pussy mindset to have, in my opinion, and you should just fucking ignore that and just get at it. So what this is for, what we're doing here is right now, it's a daily dose of swipe, as in we're breaking down ads, newsletters, emails. I'm sorry, not newsletters, but this one is a newsletter. Emails, long form sales letters, and stuff like that. Right now, we're only focusing on warm emails and just emails in general and short form Facebook ads or scripts or hooks or creatives, and just breaking down them because I'm too busy with my own stuff. Later down the line, we're gonna break down all the other good stuff, break down good copywriting, good cold form, or sorry, long form, cold, long form sales letters, advertorials sent to cold ass traffic. We're not talking about warm ass traffic that anybody can sell to that. We're gonna break down that, but right now, as I said, we're quite busy with this. I'm quite busy, so we're just gonna do the bare minimum because you need to, as a copywriter, marketer, and anybody who has something to do with the advertising space, you need to be reading stuff that your competitors do or what is actually working, so you could keep yourself up with the relevant stuff that's actually happening, so you can get ideas and actually implement into your whatever you do and make more money. And that's why we all are here. Okay, so yeah, this is a very niche content. If you're watching this, like, hit a like or something, or I don't care though. I have to do it either way. So generally, we try to understand the environment of the thing. Let's get down to business. We have to understand where the list is, who is seeing this, and what have the people been doing till now, and why, what the environment, what the tone we're trying to set with our what the tone we're trying to set with our copies. Okay, what we do and what the bigger picture of things in, generally speaking. And I don't know where I found this, right? This was just a, I have like subscribed to a lot of newsletters, and this was just one of them, and I tried googling this aging defeated. I just couldn't find it. I don't even know where I subscribed to it. Probably, I don't know, somebody else's swipe file or some shit. And I just like the subject line. It just intrigued me. This is not a sales email. I don't think they do any sales stuff. They only promote, right? They only promote brand deals once every quarter. I don't even think they do that because I went through some of their emails and I couldn't find any. They're just doing relationship building emails, and this is what generally happens. You see all these newsletters on all these websites, and that is what that has people actually open these emails to read and study and learn. It's not just sales that are happening, right? Emails have been always a means of communication. We're trying, like, we as cooperators would think it's all sales tactics and we're gonna try to position as this. No, sometimes it's just about giving valuable content, coming up with your researches, as in you can see, like, they are doing good research. They have like referenced each and every studies as well, and this is what it is. It has always been. We always try to see it from a sales perspective. We sometimes have to, like, look at it, get a broader picture to be. Okay, so let's get it. Environment. I don't know what the environment is. I was cold. I don't know when I subscribe to it, and this is generally what happens because most people's email lists are filled with junk and they don't know when they subscribe to what, and I don't even know when I subscribe to this, so I'm cold traffic and I'm looking at it from that perspective. Okay, I'm not looking it from at of course I'm looking at it from a copywriter's perspective, but I'm also looking at it from a customer's perspective. But given that I'm not an 80-year-old who is afraid to die because he's aging too soon, but it's still intriguing. What is a good age to die? Oof, that fear element. right? The probably this is being directed to, older people, generally between the ages of 40 to 70 and 80, right? And they are the ones who are the most afraid to, and that's why there are all these people who are, that's why the biggest like direct response behemoths like Boardroom and Agora, they're always marketing to older people because number one, they were built in that era, so they understand the market well. Then they would understand us, like the Gen Zs and the millennials, right? They understand the old ones, right? Who have been, because these companies were old, to be speak. And number two, they have the most fear. They want to make the most money because they have to retire. They need a healthy retirement so that they don't have to be afraid of not having enough money when they retire. And they fear the most about their health because they could get Alzheimer's and they could get dementia anytime soon, and they might forget it all, and they might not get to enjoy life with their family, the last few moments with their family, which they have worked so hard for their entire lives, right? So these are the ones who are generally going to purchase more to make more money or to get a better health. And this is what is done. But as I'm telling this, they are not actually selling, in my opinion. They're just, trying to communicate and just giving off the researches and just maintaining a good blog. And later down the line, all they're going to promote is, sorry, all they're going to promote is some brand deals or some certain supplements, and they're going to launch advertorials to this page, and probably the people are going to click on it, and they're going to later be directed to another VSL or sales letter, and from there they'll get converted into audiences, buyers. They're going to get upsold into multiple things, and that is how cold traffic works. I don't know that much about that, but this is what I'm trying to say. I hope I got that right. That would be embarrassing. What is a good age to die? What a philosophical question, right? You're reading this email thinking that, what the fuck did I spell that for? That is embarrassing. Oh my god. You're like scrolling emails, and all of a sudden you see this, what is a good age to die? And all of a sudden you're in this philosophical mode, you become the thinker type shit. And you start, oh, we die. What is a good age to die? Damn, I never thought about it. They're gonna open the email. Good word. I don't think this was written by a copywriter. I believe this was written by a content writer because this is generally a blog. I don't know. Let's see it. I assume this is the case, and I've not read it though because I like doing it raw with you guys. No pun intended. While longevity is a goal for many others are concerned about living too long, and this has not been written by a copywriter. While longevity is a goal for many, others are concerned about living too long and enduring any suffering that might come with it. Wait a second, guys. I have something I have to do. I thought somebody was at the door. Anyways, motherfucker disturbed us, even though there was nobody. So, okay. While longevity is a goal for many, others are concerned about living too long and enduring any suffering that might come with it. Yeah, people have concern about living too long as well, because all of their friends are gonna die and they're just gonna feel miserable, but they're gonna be with their family. So this is a very, people do have mixed feelings on this topic. For example, proof. Whenever you see, for example, and you see people quoting any celebrity or huge like individuals, they're just, what do you call it? They're just capitalizing on their profiles to make it sound like a to make it sound like this works. Because when I say you need email marketing, right? You want me because who the fuck am I? You want me that persuaded, for example's sake, right? I'm just doing for example. I don't know if I need copywriting or not, or email marketing or not. But when I say you need email marketing, and Alex Hormozy uh, has made tons of $100 million with this specific framework, and I have practiced it for the last 100 days, and I'll do a sample for you, right? All that kind of stuff. And now I just use the name of Alex Hormozy. I just leveraged his name, and all of a sudden I got good cred at it because okay, he's making a lot of money, and if he's using system, he's definitely gonna. You see this happens more than enough in the long form copy. You're always leveraging researches and huge names in this industry. Okay. 4 years later, the acclaimed oncologist, bioethicist, and former advisor to President Obama, Dr. Ezekiel. I'm telling you, President Obama, like I said, Dr. Ezekiel J. Manuel, then aged 77, echoed her words, writing that 75 years is all I want to live. Your comments beg the question, is there a good age to die? Reframing the question. And we're not gonna we're not gonna break down this because this falls into proof, and this is just we're just talking with the customer, and this is what you would generally do in your email. You don't have to like craft each and word out, so you don't have to think to, you just do it because we're conversing, or how do you say conversing? Is that a word? Yeah, when you're conversing with the audience, you don't think so much, but this is the underlying emotion what generally happens, right? Researchers at the University of Kansas explored longevity in the recent study. The team interviewed 90 people aged 62 and older from the US, Germany, and China. They learned that most people want to live long lives, but only on the condition that they remain healthy. No surprise there. Okay. The team also learned that instead of saying life as a continuum of time, the study the study respondents thought of their lives in 4 ages or segments, where the third age of active retirement is desired, but the fourth age of disability and health decline is not. The fourth is what they fear. See, now this is what they fear, right? Now these people are generally in the retirement phase, like they're in the last years of their work, right, and jobs, and all they have is now all they think is they're gonna lay in bed all day, they're gonna be disabled, they're gonna get Alzheimer, they're gonna get a lot of diseases, they're gonna have to have 20 medications each and every day, and they have to fund their way to death, right? And this is what it's being addressed, a very huge fear, because death, nothing can be more fearful than death, right? Of course, don't debate with me, but that is general, right? Because you're dying, or what else is there? The fourth age, physical decline, is that fourth is that concerned Cilla Black. Her view was colored by mother's measurable experience. She tragically suffered an agonizing, lingering death due to illness. As fate would have it, Miss Black was granted her wish to die by age 70 following an accident when she was 73. The fourth is also concerns Dr. Emanuel in his essay Why I Hope to Die at 75. Dr. Emanuel rejects the American obsession to cheat death and prolong life as long as possible. He writes that by the time he reaches 75, he will have lived a complete life. He would have seen his children grow up, enjoyed his grandchildren develop, pursued his life projects, and made his contribution. Beyond 75, even if not disabled, people are faltering and declining, robbed of their creativity and ability to contribute to work in society. He writes, we want to be remembered as an independent, not experienced as burdens. Life expectancy has improved, but the idea that these extra years will be without physical disability is a fantasy, he asserts. These are exceptions, he acknowledges, but these people are rare and just lucky. So what is happening? Nothing else but just conversing with these guys. What the general thinking pattern of the niche is, because people, you believe it or not, those old guys, they feel it because they know how that they're gonna be a burden to their family if they live any longer. They would not be able to do anything. They would not be able to contribute. They would not be able to play with their grandchilds anymore because they would have some physical disabilities and they would be robbed of their creativities. And this is what a general market or the general niche thinks, right? Because um, of course they're gonna die. I don't know how else to put it. And here are some stories, right, from Dr. Emmanuel. He tells he wants to die at 75 because he has lived a good life. And of course, they don't. Of course, people don't want to die, but you cannot, cheat your way, right, as they said. And let's just, as I said, this is just a relation. This is just a normal newsletter. This is what generally happens. And the aim of doing this is that we want to write our copies in a way that it looks like these kind of emails. You need to hide it, right? You need to hide the salesiness. If it's obvious that you're trying to sell, then people will know. People, you're not that great, right? People, you think people are not gonna see through your salesy tactics. That generally does not happen. You need to like hide. You need to like the sales must flow, and I don't write like this as what I'm trying to say. Nobody does, because if I did, I would already be a great copywriter, and who knows, I might not even have to like upload these videos, right? But you need to like from you need to like if you read enough books on copywriting and direct response, you see that these guys are, they always like when they wrote ads like back in the day, space ads, like they try to frame it as editorial. You know what I mean? Like how to do this, right? Now the famous, like the right now we have this famous how to do headlines, right? Those were just like valuable posts. People thought that they were just, and people, the readership like went up, bumped up by 25, 30, sometimes even 50 to 60%. I don't know where I got the data from, probably from the books I've read, because I've read over 30 plus books on copywriting and marketing, and some of them were doubles. So I've read two times, right? A longer life. And that is the point. We need to like frame our emails as a normal conversation. We are not aiming for sales. We're trying to increase our readership, because the more people read your copy, the more it's gonna be the more they're going to be persuaded, because that's what how copy works. The more they consume, the more they're persuaded, and the more likely they are to buy. Okay, a longer life elongates the dying process. As far as Dr. Emmanuel is concerned, a longer life is accompanied by years of physical and mental disability for the mass majority. Stroke is one example. With medical advances, deaths have fallen considerably, but many survivors suffer paralysis and inability to speak. Does that sound very desirable? Not to me, Dr. Emmanuel explains. Millions of Americans have Alzheimer's. Even if you escape, mental functioning deteriorates, so that by 75, creativity, originality, and productivity are pretty much gone for the vast majority of us. Dr. Emmanuel accepts that there's more to life than career and creativity, and people can still be content and happy even with disabilities. But even putting financial and caregiving burdens aside, living too long places real emotional weights on our progeny. Parents can cast Parents cast a big shadow. They set expectations, render judgments, impose their opinion, interfere, and are generally a looming presence for even adult children. Like same. They think they just become a burden to the world. Age is just a number to me. My initial reaction to Dr. Emmanuel's essay is shock. I know plenty of vibrant people who live productive, creative, and exciting lives beyond the age of 75. I agree that certain physical abilities do decline and sometimes even disappear with age, but there are new abilities that spring up to take their place. Abilities that are born of wisdom, experience, and emotional and spiritual maturity. I wish Dr. Emmanuel had focused less on the problems of aging and more on the solutions. For instance, at no point in his essay does Dr. Emmanuel mention the benefits of diets, nutrition supplementation, exercise, adequate sleep, or any other strategy to help people stay physically and mentally well throughout the aging process. Endless studies support such strategies, not to mention the progress being made in anti-aging science. Yeah, so I guess the face of the editor who's writing this does not agree with Dr. Emmanuel, because with the correct supplementation and with good foods and good exercises, you could lengthen your life, right? You could still, because what is age? Age is just a number, right? If you're constantly taking care of yourself and if you have been doing that, you're probably gonna look younger and you're probably gonna feel younger too, right? So this is what our values of the editors lie in. I could have like broken down word for word, but this is, as I said, this is just a value email, so I don't have anything to break it down. Nothing sales element is going on in here, so I don't have to waste all of my time like as if we're writing for cold traffic. Living a vibrant life beyond age 75. The point is succumbing to years of debilitating disease and disability after age 75 is certainly not inevitable. If you're interested in living a longer, healthier life, then start with your diet and nutritional supplementation. Currently, more than half of the calories the average American consumes comes from ultra processed foods. Contemporary problems. Contemporary problems that stopping them from living a good life at 75 and thinking that they're well off dead than they should be. Choose to eat real food that is not processed or minimally processed. Fill your plate with lean meat, healthy fats, whole grains, and lots of vegetables and colorful fruit. Good old value, sorry, content, right? Of course, like this is not something new. Everybody knows about it at this point. Avoid ultra processed food. Eat good food. Eat greens, healthy fats, whole grains, vegetables, and meat and stuff like that. This and this alone will go a long way towards helping you maintain a healthy weight and avoiding nutritional deficiency. At present, nearly half of Americans are obese. I guess everybody knows at this point that half of Americans are obese and they're suffering from heart diseases more like the sky like heart diseases have grown sky high. Everybody knows about this at this point, so I don't think we have to keep on hammering about it, but it's better to be repetitive because you might feel like, oh, this is getting way too repetitive, but you need to ingrain it in their heads so that you can sell them to the mechanism. And of course these are people are not selling to the mechanism, and I'm telling this as a side note. You need to be repetitive with your sales message and your content because people might like they have heard about it, but are they actually applying it? Everybody knows about you should avoid ultra processed foods. Everybody knows you should eat real food and good like high protein, high fat, or you need to not eat shit. You need to eat good and nutritional. Like you need to be doing some form of exercise. Everybody knows about this, right? So, but nobody's doing it. We're selling the implementation with this. We're not trying to sell the information. We're selling implementation and accountability with whatever we're trying to do. And I don't know if we're selling a supplement, we're trying to make it easy to implement, right? If we're selling one-on-one coaching with a fitness coach, we're selling the accountability and the implementation because people are not gonna stick to it and people need an accountability partner. I'm sorry, English is not my first language. I have to admit that. This and this alone, okay, is also important to exercise the same repetitive content which is necessary. Less than because this is what the audience agrees with, right? They need the head nodding copy. Yes, we should avoid ultra processed food. Yes, we should eat clean. Yes, we should move more. You need to know this is targeting their firm beliefs. This alone will go a long way helping you maintain a healthy weight and avoiding nutritional deficiency at present. Oh, I read this part. It's also important to exercise less than a quarter of Americans meet guidelines for aerobic and muscle strengthening exercise. If you can put some effort into improving your diet and lifestyle, you'll see your health improve as well. This is especially important for folks over the age of 65. More than half of the senior population take 4 or more medications. In some cases, a healthier lifestyle can eliminate the need for certain drugs. In my opinion, an active, lengthy, high quality old age is not only desirable, it's achievable and well worth aiming for. 75 is still far too young to die. And people were actually searching for this, validating their beliefs. I don't know what the aim of aging undefeated, the ones who are sending this email, is. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're definitely trying to get them to open their future emails because listen what they're validating their like they just validated the beliefs. What do you think? Like what is a good age to die? Was the subject line. And people got into the mindset, oh, like probably 70s or probably 60s, right? And here you see 75. Okay, oh shit. Okay, we're gonna die. Is can I live any longer? Is it like so? Like I feel like this. I feel that I'm gonna be a burden to this world. And no, yeah, I don't understand with this point. Okay, now we're throwing rocks at enemy. That is Dr. Manuel for Emmanuel or whatever the fuck the name is. We're throwing rocks at Dr. Emmanuel, and we're getting the head nodding copy. Yes, yes, we should do this. We should do this, and yeah, because this works, we need to do this because this has been backed by science. And yes, we can live longer, and we can also live better. And what does the last line does? In my opinion, yeah, I knew like 75 is not like the far too young to die. I knew I can. I know I can pull it off. I know I'm gonna. Now what they're gonna do? They're gonna associate aging defeated as the you know a good guy because they validated the belief, right? If they just contradicted whatever they believed and they're just saying, "Oh, you should die, you old fart," Asham said, "I." That was not personal. I'm sorry, but you get the point, right? And the defeated like the team. If it was like James from the aging defeated him, it could have made it more personalized, in my opinion. But if you're sending newsletters from an organization, I bet you can do that, right? So you get the whole point, right? This is just a relationship building email, and I don't think they actually sell anything either. So they're gonna be sending like more of these kind of emails. So I guess we've broken it down. So let's again summarize all of it and see. Let's see it from a reader's perspective. What is a good age to die? Oh, philosophical questions. What age am I gonna die? Oh, you got me thinking, man. I'm gonna read it. 75. Oh, 75. Oh shit. Like 75, yes, it's generally the age where most people die, and given that the health crisis we have in America, where most people are dying each and every day. I'm not from America though. We're dying. People are dying each and every day. 75 is gonna be more likely for me to die as well. Probably a 60 or 50 to 60-year old reading this, and okay, yes, this guy who is a very huge who's very huge or very like a good personality in this space or a very credible personality in this space. Yeah, that is the word I was looking for. Said this, okay, this what he believes in, this, okay, yes, I know that we're gonna be a burden and we're not gonna be a good contributing factor to the society and the world as a whole, and yes, we're gonna be miserable and because our health is declining, and but the okay, and yeah, but it's sad, I don't want to die, but here's what the other party is doing. Okay, age is just a number to me. Of course, age is just a number, right? We don't know like if we're gonna die exactly when we hit 75. That shit does not happen. It's just number. Somebody could be 37, but they could still have the energy of a 20, 25-year old if they have maintained. Now let's take a look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, he's a rich guy and he can afford a lot of treatment, but he looks very young and energetic and stuff like that, and he's probably not gonna die at 75. He could. I'm just telling this less likely if he keeps up the same routine that he's done. So let's get back to this. Yeah, but yeah, age is just a number. If I do things and if I keep up, I can live longer and I can live a more quality life. And this is where the value of the editors lie, or the one who's written this. And yeah, you need to avoid this, you need to get healthy, you need to do this. And of course, I'm gonna live longer and I'm gonna live happy, and that is what we want them to do. That is what we want them to associate as their friend, right? So I don't know what, as I say, I don't know what the aim of their aging deficit org is, but this is generally it. So that's it. That's all I wanted to cover. This is something new. This is a newsletter email where this is just relationship building, or this is just a normal newsletter indeed. The point of this is to understand that this is how normal newsletters go, and you need to like validate them. You need to give them something valuable and validation. This is what we're gonna do in our emails, sales emails that are framed as editing or stuff like that, right? So that is the point. That is what a small lesson, if you ask me, but a very important one. That's all I wanted to cover. But before we sign off, I wanted to cover like more emails from them. Let's see like what more emails have they been sending me. So they're probably not emailing me. Not this. Okay, so 5 pounds of waste before breakfast. They know how to write good headlines. Okay. Are they selling us? No way, they're selling us, right? Let's see it. Okay, I'm telling you, okay. So this, I don't know, I feel that this is a sales letter. Let's see it. We're gonna break down some of these. Okay. So of course they're gonna sell you. They're gonna sell you something, I'm telling you. Yo, like chat, tell me if I should break this down, but there's nobody in the chat, by the way. It's just me alone. But I'm telling you, I told you, right? They're gonna sell you something. So I know that the ones I've subscribed to in this account, they're all from direct response companies. This is not a direct response. There's a supplement company. They're just trying to sell you something and just trying to build a good brand. Yes, they're selling something here as well. Let's open another email. Okay, these are blogs which are gonna lead you to the advertorials, and you're gonna be sold something. Are you traumatized by everyday sounds? So this is the same one, like this is the same as the one we just opened. Yep. I guess we should breaking these down rather than breaking the Eman Gadget style emails. But as I said, I don't have time. Okay. Ah, wow. This is direct response at its finest. Okay, they have been sponsored by this. Okay, they have been sponsored by the same person. Okay, yes. Keep on. Yeah, it feels like a sales letter to me. Of course, I can tell the difference, and probably these are not. And I think like this has been written by. Oh, I forgot the name. I always forget his name. Stefan Georgi, I believe, and I'm just assuming it. Okay, you see, they're trying to sell you something, and this is just the front end product. This is just the front end product. I'm telling you, in the back end, a lot of shit is happening. People are being sold $2,000 whatever stuff. And the reason, like a reason why they're still doing it this way, is people are more of these old guys, the target audience in of this niche. They're probably um you know they probably they are familiar with this type of emails rather than the one with the beautiful UI UX and pretty designs, because they're just too familiar and they think it's too much technology. You see, like these things you're not gonna find them if you're not doing enough market research. So this, I believe, was a valuable one. Of course, they're probably selling somewhere in these as well. So, okay, we might break down as I said, we might break down long form sales letters someday, but right now we just don't have enough time, because I tend to like break down word for word, and I like try to understand the bigger picture of these long forms, as in like the why the headline was written that way. Is it ultra specific, unique, and all the other stuff? And this is not giving me money anyways, so why do it? And does it follow the Clayton Makepeace checklist, or does it follow this structure, or what has it done, what the emotion is tapped into? And if I'm like breaking down a cold traffic shit, I'm gonna look at each and every word why it's there, because writing for cold traffic is no joke. A copywriter is probably paid between anywhere from 10 to 100 grand for that specific, and he's getting 3 to 5% royalty. And I'm definitely reading that shit, but we can just skim through these warm emails. And as I said, as I don't have enough time. So thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, whatever you do with this. Oh shit, this video is 36 minutes. I yapped too much. I'm sorry. See you on the next one.